Mm. Hey, what's up, party people from the fifth dimension? This is your homeboy Angelo, and I'm so pleased that you're joining me today while I'm making up a fresh batch of my 5D tea blend. And this is available. I'll have a small quantity of this available. I'm making some to send to a few of my friends, and sometimes I'll sell this, but it's something that's a labor of love, something that I enjoy to do so much. And I'm just enjoying the first herb that I put into this is some cannabis that I grew in my yard a couple of years ago. It was a harvest, so it's really not a lot of psychoactive properties to it at all. I'm not going to use it to smoke it or anything like that. I'm just going to put it in the tea. I would recommend not using a high temperature when you make this tea, so you want to keep it 190 or below. Let it steep for a long time because this tea is medicine. So let's get into what we've got going on with the 5D tea. I'm going to go through some of the herbs that we're using in this, and yeah, have fun with it. This is my apothecary. It's a little messy today, but we're going to do it big and have a little fun. We're going to freestyle it a little bit. That's some of the fun. A little pinch of this, a little pinch of that, a little more of this, a little more of that. I'm going to explain to you exactly what we do. So welcome to the 5D kitchen, baby. The bitchin' kitchen. We're here and we're going to do it right now. So let's go. All right. First thing we've got this jar. We're going to make the master mix, and then we're going to shake it all up and divvy it out in my little tea jars right here, little RiseAum's tea jars, baby. So my base, one of my non-negotiables in all this is the RiseAum's Holy Basil. It's a Tulsi. This is a Krishna Tulsi. I wish you could smell it right through the screen there. This stuff is so delicious. I'm going to just put a whole bunch of this in here. Oops, the whole jar. What are you going to do? It's so good. That by itself is worth the price of admission alone. So admission, not the price of emission, the price of admission alone. Right there, that stuff is so good. I love some stuff that's good to calm the central nervous system and make you feel good all day long, baby, all night and the next day too. So got some skull cap. Every time I revisit these herbs, it makes me so happy. Skull cap. How about a healthy dose? I'm planning on making a big batch this time, so if you guys want some, reach out and we can talk. You can also find all the links below, if you're watching this on YouTube, to my pure and premium superfoods. I've got the best superfoods on planet Earth, organic, non-GMO, grown on biodynamic farms, real restorative agriculture, on pristine volcanic ash beds at high elevations. No pesticides, baby. No glyphosate. All good. So back to the blend. I like to put a pinch of Ceylon cinnamon in there. I don't like cinnamon to override what I'm doing, so I just a pinch. And cinnamon is great antiseptic. It's also going to help cleanse the body gently. And it's nice. It's a sugar replacement, so it gives a little sweetness, even though there's no spike in the glycemic load on that bad boy. So over here I've got some alfalfa. I love alfalfa. That stuff is so delicious. That's in the power shake as well, one of my all-time faves. We're going to use some organic orange peel. I've got a couple different cuts of that. That's really good. Bitter. It's bitter and sweet. Bittersweet. And mix it as we go. Don't want all that cannabis flower at the bottom. Mix it right in. This right here would be a perfect tea just like that, but I'm going bigger. I'm going with some burdock root. Burdock root is also in the Asiac blend. I'll show you guys this burdock root. I don't know if you can see that, but it's great. Have you guys ever heard of Asiac tea? It's one of the most healing, no healing claim, but it's one of the most healing tea blend herb blends you can get. And this is it right here. You just wish you could smell that. It's burdock root, sheep sorrel, It's got a little bit of turkey rhubarb in there. It's named for Reen Case, who ACAC spelled backwards is Case. Reen Case was a Canadian medicine healer who found her herbal formula for the ACAC tea from an Ojibwe medicine elder, and that was passed on down. It was a secret until recently, and yeah, stuff is just great. I'm including it right in here with all these powerful medicinal herbs. This stuff is, I'm so geeked out on it. I've got some elderflower. This is great for the immunity. Now, they don't want you to make claims about immune support, but I'm going to tell you right now, I very seldom get sick, and whenever I do, I bounce right on back. So this stuff is amazeballs. Marshmallow root. Now, this is good anti-parasitic, antimicrobial, and it has a very funky yet beautiful flavor to it. It reminds me a little bit of ashwagandha, I think, but a little bit more pungent. So this is going to be a big one. This is a 5D blend that's going to be lasting a while, unless you guys want some. And uva ursi, which means bearberry in Spanish. This stuff is great. This stuff smells so sweet. Oh, it smells so good. It's kind of woody, but very sweet. The berry-like flavor. I don't know if I'm going to include the mugwort because people seem to have mixed feelings about it. I'm putting a little bit in there because I'm going to make a mega blend. So mugwort is definitely gives you lucid dreams, very vivid dreams, and it's a real plant medicine. I'm going to use just a little bit in there because I do love my mugwort. I'm not going to lie. Ginkgo biloba for mental acuity, memory recall. There's some from a local tree, some ground up ginkgo biloba. Good for brain health. I take a Purium product called Revive It All that has that in there with some L-carnitine, some superoxide dismutase. Really good for this right here, the motherboard of the body. So we're going to be using that. Some red clover leaf. This is great for women. It's great for everybody. I mean, all this is great for everybody, but for women's health, red clover is amazing. It tastes great too. It's very, very mild in flavor, grassy and sweet. You know clovers, man. I love clovers. They're so yum yum. And we're gonna have to mix this real good. What else we got? A little black cohosh. Another thing that's really great for women's health. And you know what? If you are pregnant, trying to get pregnant, or nursing, this ain't for you, this tea. Or consult your physician and tell them everything that's in it, but I'm not going to recommend it. So this is just for you right now to enjoy. We've got some lemon balm. Lemon balm is also known as Melissa. This is an amazing herb. The essential oil of this is very beautiful, and it's very expensive usually but I'm going to put a little bit of that in here. Ooh, it is slightly lemony, piquant. And eucalyptus, good for respiratory health. We're going to put some respiratory herbs in here as well. I love eucalyptus. Eucalyptus oil I like to rub on the bottoms of my feet and sometimes on my chest, especially if I have any problems with mucus or respiratory issues. That's what I'm doing. And another one that I really love is basil, American basil, sweet basil. Put a little bit of that in there. That's a powerful one, so I don't want to overtake the flavor. And that's good for respiratory health. One of my favorites, a common weed. I love weeds because weeds are medicine. This is, you guessed it, mullein. Not to be confused with Chris Mullen. Go Celtics. But here we got it right here. We got mullein. Mullein is amazing for helping with respiratory needs. And it tastes good. It looks like insulation, kind of, but it's really good. It's really, really good. Another one that's good for respiratory support and histamines is the nettle leaf. This is great seasonally or year-round. It tastes great. It's Another sweet, grassy, clover-like flavor and smell. I love this one so much. Nettle is a game changer. I like to put a good amount of that in there. Yeah, let's put some heavy dose of nettle, baby. Greg Nettles. So we're not done yet. Look, we've got a lot of herb in there already. But this thing gets, I want to make sure we get a good mix. Some of these herbs, all these herbs have different consistencies and different textures, so give it a good shake. Get it going. I think we're good there. Some of these will settle, so when you get yours, make sure to shake it up good. I'm going to put some Blue Lotus in there. This is a little spendy, but you know what? It's so beautiful and it's so flavorful. Look at this. Look at that Blue Lotus right there. Isn't that pretty? That nice violet hue. I take it by itself a lot, but I like to put a little bit of everything in there. I'm the kitchen sink smoothie guy. I'll be that way with everything I do. How you do one thing is how you do anything, and I'm into eclectic, full spectrum blends. Oh, this lid doesn't want to screw on. There we go. All right, so we got oat straw. Oat straw is amazing superfood. I love the Buddha teas. Oat straw is in our power shake as well. Oat straw is great for the GABA in the brain. GABA means, I believe it means gamma alpha butyric acid. I could be wrong about but it means something alpha butyric acid. And what that is the receptors in the brain. The GABA is for stress, anxiety. People take benzodiazepines, which I am highly against. I was dependent on benzodiazepines for a while, and oat straw is a great solution to that. Oat straw, ashwagandha, lavender, which is my next herb right now. I've picked some lavender. I got this lavender. This is fresh lavender, a couple different varieties going right in there. Picked it from the yard and one from our neighbor's yard, and I'm putting it right in here. Make sure I break it up good. It breaks up when it's dry really good. This is a perennial, but this is a fresh spring growth right here. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love essential oil of lavender. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, y'all. Rosemary flower right here is going in. This is very potent, so you gotta be careful. If you have any sort of epilepsy, check with your primary care provider, which for me, it's myself. About this. Not all epilepsies are created equal, but spiked lavender and rosemary sometimes can be a little heavy for people who have epilepsy. So, caveat emptor, y'all. We've got some rose hips going in. One of the longest videos I'll probably make. Rose hips, kabuamo. Who doesn't love rose hips, right? And some more Tulsi, because Tulsi's everything. We're going to put some of this Gynostema that I was touting for so long before this. This stuff is straight off the boat from China. This is a powerful herb. No caffeine in any of this, remember? But look at that. Gynostema. And you can crush it up because this stuff is not cheap, but it's definitely worth every penny. One of my favorite teas, I don't do a lot of bag teas, but one of my favorite ones is the Spring Dragon Longevity Tea. This stuff right here has Gynostema and these ingredients I'm gonna add to this tea with you guys today. So you're getting to witness firsthand some of the best herbs, period. Exclamation point, period, ever. Next up, astragalus root, a non-negotiable for any 5D tea blend. Astragalus root is good for immunity boost and gut support. Oh my goodness. Did you know that most of our immunity comes from our gut? And this smells a little bit like peanut butter, a little woody, but yeah, all this stuff is so good. It's in all of my favorite superfood tea blends and tea blends. Astragalus root. I'm not going to put, well, why not? I'll put a little bit of chamomile in here, but not too much because chamomile is potent and it can put people to sleep. But if you just put just a very small amount mixed in, it's not going to have that same effect. So just a little tiny bit of chamomile in this whole thing because we're going to keep it 50 plus herbs in this. Some Himalayan pink salt. Why not, right? Get the body some more minerals. Some yerba buena. Yerba buena, y'all. Gonna get herbs all over the floor here. We got animals loving it though. Look at that. We might need another jar for this puppy. I'm gonna shake it up some more. Mash and mix. Woo-wee. All right, some bacopa. This is a good nootropic, good for the brain. It's good for cognitive function as well. That's one of my favorite daily nootropics. Not a lot of odor to this one. Sometimes it has a little bit of a wood bark flavor or smell to it. It tastes sweet though when you make it into a tea, which I love about it. Ginkgo, we got the uva ursi, the alfalfa, the eucalyptus, the asiac, the lemon balm. We're gonna put some elderberries, whole elderberries. Now never eat elderberries raw because it can make you sick. It can make you really sick. You wanna make sure that they're in a tea, so steep them up. There we go. Put a bunch in there. Really good for immune support, y'all. I love elderberries. They're so good. Elderberry syrup with honey. Mwah! Yeah. Some mistletoe. Thanks to my friends over at Mountain Rose Herbs out of Eugene, Oregon. This stuff is so good. Kiss me under the mistletoe, baby. All right. Thank you, Mallory, for this. Kiss me under the mistletoe, Mal. Put a little bit of maca root powder in here that'll scatter amongst the rest of this. Make sure that we hit that 50 number that we've been promising. This will mix right in nice with everything else. Maca is a beautiful adaptogen, great for the adrenals, and also great for a little energy boost without any sort of caffeine feel to it. There's more Tulsi. You know I got Tulsi everywhere in this kitchen, you guys. Some slippery elm bark powder. Now, slippery elm is also in the asiac, so I'm going to forgo that. That's a powder that I like to use in my smoothies. Dandelion root. Dandelion root is one of the most potent and useful superfoods on planet Earth, dandelions. So get rid of that Roundup weed killer. Stop pulling those dandelions unless you're going to eat them, because you can eat the whole plant. And the root is super powerful. Good for those spike proteins if you're worried about that. If you've maybe gotten that and you want to get those spike proteins together, dandelion, the greens, the leaves, the flowers, the root. Oh my God. So good. So good. So good. So good. Some of these herbs, they kind of slip down behind. I got a ton more elderberries down here. Cacao. We're going to put some mamaki in here. Mamaki, I got this from my friend Surfarella from the Big Island in Hawaii when she was there. This is a nice adaptogenic leaf that grows exclusively on the island. And I'm going to add an extra with this because of you guys. Look at this. Look at that mamaki. I can't wait to try this tea, man. It's going to be so good. What I do with these is they're brittle, so I crush them up like that. And, I very treasure this. Thank you. Thank you, Surfarella. Crush them up real good. That way they'll get more of the potency. The more you crush things up and the more that you steep them, the better off. I like to do a cold steep, and as soon as that first run is done, go again with another one so that you can get maximum and get yourself a big old jar. Throw it in the refrigerator and have yourself a whole bunch of tea. So keep steeping and re-steeping, because once they start to turn, so we got the yerba buena. I'm going to put a little tiny bit of shilajit powder in this, just a tiny bit for fulvic support. Usually I would add this at the end after all of this, but I love shilajit. Why not, right? That counts as an herb, doesn't it? It's a tar coming out of the Himalayan and Altais mountains. Woo, that's some strong shilajit. And I've got these little pricey yet well worth it bad boys. These are Shashandra berries, and these are one of my all-time favorite superfoods. They're very bitter, very sweet, very delicioso. Boom. goodness gracious. Wowzers. I know I missed some couple over here. Got my hawthorn berries. Hawthorn berries are one of the best superfoods for heart health. Any problems with your heart? Hawthorn berry. Let's go, y'all. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna have to shake this all up before I dole it out to you guys out there. See the amount of love and care. I'm gonna put some moringa leaf in here because moringa is a superfood, and I'm just gonna make sure that it's in here because I want this to be the most potent and useful tea blend that you've ever had in your entire life. Guaranteed, or your money back. Free to my friends out here that I'm gonna give this to. But this is right here another plant that looks like it's the leaf of red raspberry leaf. That's really good for women who have maybe cramping, perimenopausal issues, painful period. It's also good for men too. It's good for blood flow. It's good for lymph drainage. So I'm gonna put some of that in here. And this is also like mugwort. It has kind of that insulation, like that synthetic insulation texture to it. And I almost forgot this one, which is a non-negotiable. Passion flower, baby. This is the nighttime relaxing, or any time during the day, but especially at night. I love taking passion flower. It's very calming on the central nervous system. We use it in our bio, that means beauty inside and out, relax formula for our Purium nighttime supplement. Tart cherry concentrate is wonderful if you want to add it to your post-steeped 5D. Now, I'm going to probably need a bigger jar because I'm going too big. All right, y'all, things can get a little hectic here in the 5D bitchin' kitchen. So we moved some of these, some of the 5D into my own little personal stash. Then I remembered that I just had this right here. I was making a little bit of a mess on the floor. So now we're going to step away from being Mr. Messy. And so what I'm going to do here is this is how I usually do it. I get it all out on the tray here and mix it all up. Check that out. 5DT. We're not even done yet. Okay, yep. All right. We're going to go and find some more herbs to put in this puppy. We're going to put a little bit of turmeric root in here. And today we're going to be using the powder. Just kind of sprinkle it on because turmeric is one of the most amazing anti-aging, anti-cancer, and anti-inflammation foods out there because of the curcumin compound that's in it. And what we're going to do is to help activate it, we're going to add black pepper. So this won't taste much like this when you get it because it's going to be so blended up. It's going to be so good. So we've got that going. Got the blue lotus flower in there. I'm going to put some rose in here for y'all because I love you so much. Rose is where it's at. The potency of the rose. It's the highest vibrational smell on planet Earth is roses. See that? Love it so much. Love you guys so much. I'm glad you're here with me today. Thank you for sharing. I almost forgot the white willow bark. The white willow bark is great for neuro blood flow, brain blood flow. It's good if you have a headache. I always say take some white willow bark. Don't take ibuprofen or any of that. Maybe if you have other aches, you can take other stuff, but this is good for headaches. And I love, it's very neutral in smell. Very cool. Love it so much. We put the licorice root in there. Have we? No, we didn't put licorice root in here yet. So let's put some licorice root in. Licorice root's going in. It's potent, so we don't need a lot. It's good for a sore throat too. If you have anything wrong with your throat, licorice root, boom. All right. What else we got in this thing? I'm gonna make this up right for you guys. There it is. Good. Oh, some amaranth. Got some dried amaranth flowers. These are really good. A gluten-free grain, a non-cereal grain. Put this in there. I love amaranth. Amaranth tea. I had some when I was in Ecuador. Beautiful color. They look like little magenta dreadlocks. Oh my gosh, so cool. We're gonna put some hops. I have some hopped tea from It's my last one, but let's do it for you guys. We got hops. Hops grow like crazy. I got this from my friend Sean Jacob Huey. This is a tea from the Netherlands. And hops are great for calming your body. So I'm gonna put that right in there. Every sip is a different adventure with this tea. There we go, Jacob Huey. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Sean. Cat's claw. This is an amazing South American Amazonian herb. This stuff is great if you have ever looking for any sort of problem with your gut. Maybe you've eaten something bad, or you have some kind of a bacterial infection or virus in your stomach. Cat's claw. It's this beautiful, it looks like a cat's claw. These things grow like multiple feet per day. These vines of the cat's claw in the Amazon, because it rains so much and it's so warm. This stuff grows like crazy. It has these little barbs on it that looks like cat's claws. And people can like just cut the vine and drink the water out of it. You can get good clean water right out of the vine of a cat's claw vine. So I love cat's claw. What else we have? I almost forgot this. This is my Oregon grape. Oregon grape. There it is right there. So good. This is the root of the Oregon grape. Oregon grape is the state flower of the great state of Oregon. Put that in there. Put more. It's so good. Boom. There it is. Let's put some oregano. Oregano is one of my favorite teas. It's also good if you have any sort of upset tummy or whatever. Take oregano. So good. Antibacterial, antiviral. All right, I love this. There it is. Hand blend. You can smell those roses in there. Ooh, that's so good, y'all. Look this out. I almost forgot. I did just add some ashwagandha in there, and I've got some goji berries too. Ashwagandha and goji berries are actually both nightshades. I love gojis. Now, if you're making your own at home, you might want to add the berries in later, because it might ferment if you keep the wet herbs. It'll last longer if you don't put berries in with it, especially like goji berries. But you're gonna be okay with this one. It's gonna be amazing for you, and you're gonna love it all the way, baby. Some earth broth in there. The earth broth has some mushrooms in here. Add some of that. Some living foods, some sprouted foods. And we're good. We're good to go, y'all. Got maybe some ceremonial grade cacao just to close it up, because cacao actually can calm your central nervous system. Even though it does have a little bit of caffeine in it, the alkaloids, the theobromine in it, is going to help you sleep. And cacao, 100% pure cacao, is actually the food of the gods. So let's get it going on. And that's it. We've got that. Is there anything else? Maybe a little boswellia in there just to give it extra oomph. You can ferment this. Put a couple tears of boswellia. That's frankincense. What you have right here is one of the most potent healing herbal blends that I know how to make, and I'm here to share it with you. So if you guys want some of this, get on it before it runs out. I've got a couple of these already going out. So there it is. Hope you guys like this. Hope you had a good time. I love you all. Have a beautiful day. Let's check on that cannabis here in just a second. All right, as promised, here's my hemp flower tea. And this is going to be steeping for a while. But I can tell you, oh, it's smelling dank right now, y'all. And it's going to be really good. It's going to make a nice night's sleep for me tonight. So thank you for coming to my bitchin' kitchen. Thank you for joining me as we formulate the fresh batch of the 5DT. This is RiseAum's saying peace out, much love and light. I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all. For now.